And we are recording. So today is April 1st, 2020. And we are, I think, 2 weeks into our quarantine here in Canada with this COVID crisis that we have. And I think that's one of the reasons is why everybody is in this fear of the uncertainty, because we don't know how long it's going to last. We don't know if we have enough finances to survive. We don't know if our business is going to survive, because I've been speaking to a lot of people who have businesses that are belly to belly, and because of all the event cancellations, they have lost a good chunk of future income, and they don't have enough savings to tie them over, and they have the fear is crippling them. They just didn't know how to look past this. So yesterday I made a post on my Facebook with a few steps of how to get past this fear that's crippling everybody. And the very first step is basically we have to face the fear. Like everybody says that face our fears, but nobody says how. And the best way for you guys to do this is, and for everybody, and I did the same as well, is write down the worst case scenario. So write down how much under normal circumstances, if you had no income, would your resources last? How long is it going to take? If after this crisis ends, how long is it going to take you to get back on your feet? So everything that bad can happen, the worst case scenario, list it. Write down a list. And after that, read it out loud. And the best way to explain this is, I don't know if you guys remember the movie Jaws. And at the beginning of the movie, for about good 15 to 20 minutes, nobody knew what the hell was causing all those, people missing their limbs and everything in the water, right? So we didn't see the shark. And as soon as we saw the shark, it wasn't as scary anymore. But when we are imagining things, it becomes much bigger than what really is. So if we write down all the worst case scenarios, this is what could happen. This is how I'm going to lose my car. This is how I can pay my bills. This is how this and this and this. If you write all those down and you read them out loud, then what's going to happen is that your brain will acknowledge it. And after that, after acknowledging it, it will go into problem solving mode. So when our brain is in problem solving mode, we will be able to start having our creative juices flowing, and we will be able to start focusing on the solution and coming up with creative ideas to make sure that we can survive however long this is going to last. So, and this is different for everybody, right? So everybody has different businesses, and everybody's worst case scenario is different, but the tool is the same. If you write it down, because our brain is a problem solver, right? So if you write it down and if you face your fears and face the worst case scenario, you will be able to come up with the solution. Like yesterday, I was speaking with a lady who is a massage therapist and an acupuncturist, and she was, oh, I have to give up my salon because I can't pay the rent. I have to do this. Like everybody is in this, I have to cut my expenses mode. And if you think about it, cutting your expenses is not the right way of putting it. You have to cut the unnecessary expenses, and the expenses then don't make any sense in getting your business ahead and getting over this hump. So cutting business expenses is not good. But if you buy like 5 suits because you were used to doing stage presentations and you need to have 5 suits, then maybe just buy 1 more suit, because right now you're not going to be doing stage presentations, just maybe one on Zoom, and everybody is in their home environment now, so it's a little bit different. So just smarter expenses, that's all. The second topic is the engagement. And a lot of people are asking, when you are posting the social marketing that artificial intelligence is recommending you, if you just post it, it's not going to have the same effect as if you actually opened the post up and you click on view content, and you actually either watch the video or read the content, read the blog, right? So you have some sort of an idea of what it is about. And usually what I do is I take the first few sentences out of the blog or the title description in the video, and I copy and paste it into my post. So it's either Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, right? So it has some sort of a header, some sort of a personal, I post something that indicates what's in the article. So it creates more interest, because if somebody just sees the title and see that link, they might not open it. So a good way to have that curiosity more stimulated for people to actually click on the article is to put something about what's the content of it is. And it does work. And I have to say, depending on what the article is about, I choose. Now I post, and I recommend, whatever you do, post it on both Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Even if you don't have followers, it doesn't matter. Because as an example, I follow about 50 people on Twitter, and I have about 10 followers. And because I'm constantly posting, now every 3-4 days, I have a new follower on Twitter. And the other thing is that a lot of, I'm still not good at doing that on Twitter. I'm starting to do that on LinkedIn. Facebook, we have it all down, right? So as soon as somebody comments on our post, we write back, we comment back on it. But we have to take it a step further, and actually, before we start posting our content that artificial intelligence gives us through royalty, spend at least 5-10 minutes go on Facebook, go on LinkedIn, go on Twitter, whatever, and start commenting on people's posts. Very important, because all these social media outlets, they love engagement. And if you start engaging, that means that your content that you're going to be posting will be shown to more people. And I have tested this on Facebook, so that's guaranteed. If you spend at least 5-10 minutes, whether direct messaging somebody, and that can be wishing somebody happy birthday in Messenger chat, or just go on your timeline and you see people posting. And if you think that it's an engaging post for you or like it, don't just hit a like. Like doesn't mean anything anymore. So the best way to do it is hit an emotion. So you either the heart or the laugh, something, right? And then comment. And try not to just comment 1 word or 2 words. Try to write a meaningful sentence, because believe it or not, Facebook it has that sensor in it, and checks out people who are actually engaging with other people. And the past 3 months that I've been paying more attention to these things, I have started seeing people's timelines, and people starting to look at my posts that I didn't even know that they existed in my friends list, or they haven't been engaging with me for like years now. So this is how people are actually is going to be engaging with your posts, because you are going to be more and more in their face or showing up on their timeline. So it's a crucial, you know how they say that in order for you to get something, you have to give first. It's the same thing with engagement. So you have to start commenting first, and then people will, trust me, will start commenting back on you. They will be sending you friend requests. And like right now, I have over 500 some friend requests that I have not been through because it's just way too much. So what I do is I pick about 5 a day, and I start engaging with them. I accept the friend request, obviously, if they are somebody who I see that they have been on a regular, it's like they're posting regularly. Because if you go on somebody's page who sent you a friend request and you've seen that they haven't posted anything since last August, don't bother, because they're not active. And you want people who are active on their Facebook, active on their LinkedIn, active on Twitter. So they would see your post, because that's what you want. You want your business in front of other people. And that's how you start. You start engaging, you start giving, and then you will get more engagement. And a lot of people don't like doing this, but the third tip that I have is Facebook Lives. And look at you, all of you hiding behind your camera. It doesn't matter how you look. It's not a Hollywood audition. Nobody cares how you look, right? Like, look at the roots. Look at my roots. I haven't been to a hairdresser in 2 months because my appointment was scheduled after the quarantine started, right? So it doesn't matter. And 99% of the people are like the other 99% of the people. They are afraid of being on camera. So if you suck when you start doing your first Facebook Live, everybody will cheer you on because they can relate to you, right? So you will bring your audience to you. You will have people coming to you because you are relatable, right? So you don't look like the like a Grant Cardone, right? Like, obviously he's an influencer, but he got there somehow. When I first started following him 5 years ago, he started when actually Facebook Live started 3 years ago. Believe it or not, Facebook Lives, they were not, it's just 3 years ago that it started. Before that, we were doing videos, and videos can be edited, right? So Facebook Live is something that is like right there. You talk to people as if you were talking to your friend. And when Grant Cardone started and I started watching his first Facebook Lives, he was like, oh my, he didn't know what to say. He was stuttering. He was, most of the time he wasn't even showing his face, but he was just talking. He was walking around. But look where he is now, because he started somewhere. And when I started doing videos the way I was doing them, I did the video, I rewatched it, deleted it, re-recorded it, watched it again. I didn't like how my hair looked. I deleted it. So I did everything possible to make it perfect. And I wasted so much time with it, you guys, you have no idea. And thankfully, Facebook Live started. Because Facebook Live, you just hit the button and you talk. And I have to say it's a lot easier than recording a video. Because in a video, you want to be scripted and everything, and you want to sound perfect. On a Facebook Live, it's a real life. It's like as if you were talking to your friends, or as if you were talking to a stranger on the street. Nobody's censoring it. So it's more real. And even if you are not comfortable doing it, people can relate to it. But the reason why you need to start doing it, because right now is the time when everybody goes into this, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm fearful. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to watch what other people do. And the people who do will come out of this ahead of their competition, because they are the ones that everybody is watching. So whether you are in real estate, whether you sell your water machine that I love actually, whether you help people psychologically, whether you're in the legal industry, whether you are a network marketer, whether you are selling clothes or a hairdresser, you need to get out there and give tips. Give tips from your previous experiences. Help people, like for example, Dina, in real estate, if you give people tips about what kind of questions they should be asking when they go look for a condo or a house, right? Or about the water, not just the water, but about, let's say, the immune system. Ibi, if you give tips about how to strengthen the immune system, or just pick any kind of topic in your category, and people will be watching, because everybody is stuck at home, right? They've got nothing else to do, just watch TV, which is constantly negative news and putting fear into people. Or they go online and look for interesting and entertaining and educational content. So if you have these three, entertaining, educational, and interesting and inspirational, people will be watching you, and they will come back over and over and over. And you don't need to put out a half an hour of content all at once, even if it's just like 3 sentences. And if it takes you 2-3 minutes to say the 3 sentences because you wrote it down and you want to make sure that your marketing is getting someone interested in your category, and start building a relationship and build trust. Now, I was reading this sentence, right? So reading a sentence takes a lot longer than if you just speak. But if you're experienced in your field and you have a good idea, because you wake up in the morning and like, oh, this is good thing, and my customers should know this, just go on Facebook Live. It doesn't matter what time it is. It doesn't matter who's watching, because 90% of the people will watch the replay. They don't even watch live. So just do it. Get your face and name out on the media. You can, and actually, I would recommend that you even start a YouTube channel. So when you do a Facebook Live or a LinkedIn Live or whatever, download it and upload it into YouTube and start building a library. So when 3, 4 months, 5 months down the road, you actually will have an audience that you build up that you can tap into. You can send them to your YouTube channel as well. And there is a library of information that you can refer back to. So start building now. If you haven't built an online presence yet, or you just had a website before, you have to have traffic going to that website to create an income for you. Now, there are 2 things that you will not need to do. If you're tight on cash, you have to do something that will generate income for you immediately so you can survive. If you need tips with that, let me know, and we'll do a one-on-one, and then I can help you with ideas. And if you are okay and you want to focus on building your online presence now, and it's crucial, this is the perfect time. And this is how you do it. 2 things, very simple. You go on other people's posts and you start commenting them, like, you know, meaningful comments. And the second is start doing Facebook Lives. And over and above that, start building your emails. Now is the time. You can write an email into your email campaigns every day. So the autoresponder would send out the emails to those people who come in through your leads, like the leads who come in. You can pretty up your capture pages. You can put out special offers. So the people who are interested in your special offer would be captured through the capture page. And make sure that every morning you do your 3 clicks. You do your Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter posts to all 3. If you want more, then obviously you can put it into groups. You can put it onto your friends page who you want to target. Like, it's endless options. And I never really paid attention to Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if you guys have, but I didn't like the fact that he was swearing all the time, and his message got lost in the swearing for me. And about I would say a half a year now, he's starting to, I think he's getting a little bit older, and he toned it down a little bit. And I actually quite like his messages. And one of the messages that he said is you have to be omnipresent everywhere. And this is even before the crisis that we are in right now, because he says, you don't know where your customers are. You don't know where they are looking, and you don't know where they are going to find you. So if you have a website, that's not enough. You have to be everywhere. And it's not your website that has to be everywhere, but you. Because people follow people. People don't follow products, because products change. Although you have a product, but people follow you. So if you are everywhere and they will find Jennifer Ansel on every platform, then obviously when they need your services, they're going to come to you, and they're not going to go to Google or Amazon or something. Like right now, there is statistics, and I wish I brought it up. 10 years ago, only 10% of purchases were done online without, or 10% of the purchases were done without checking them out online. 5 years ago, it went up to 45%. Today, only 10% of the purchases are not done without checking them online. So 90% of the people, before they buy something, whether they buy it in the store or not, doesn't matter, they check it out online. So Google yourself. You can do that. You can Google yourself and see what comes up. See what people find out about you if they Google you, and see if there is anything that you need to tweak about it, or if they find you at all anywhere, right? So that's why it's very important that you are everywhere. And that's why the Royalty platform is amazing, because you can create content every day and you don't have to come up with it yourself, because the system is creating it. And in the meantime, you can also, you know, watch webinars, so you can take notes, and then you can do these one-liners and then post it on Instagram. You can do another post during the day on Facebook, the same thing. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. So try to post at least 3-4 times on every platform every day. And I know that before, when we were learning about Facebook and how much Facebook is hiding your content and everything, that's true. And that's exactly why you have to post as many times as you can, because you don't know what Facebook is hiding. So if you post 4 times a day or 5 times a day on Facebook, it's guaranteed that somebody will see at least one of it every day. They might not see all 5, but at least they see your name over and over and over repeatedly. If they go on LinkedIn, they will see you. If they go on Twitter, they will see you. If you go on Instagram, they will see you. And that's now the goal. The goal is to be omnipresent as many times as you can on every platform, every possible platform that's possible. And I did not make this up. This is from Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is what Grant Cardone is doing. Like, everybody who knows that these times are opportunities, and this might sound like a cop-out because you might know this, but if you do these steps religiously, and you put out yourself, your name, and just the one-liner, a Facebook Live, or whatever I just mentioned, at the end of this crisis, you will be flying, because you're not starting from zero. All those other people who are right now in the, oh my God, I'm just going to wait it out, I don't know what happens, right? They will have to start from zero again when this whole crisis is over. You will be way ahead of the competition. It's a mental game. It's a mental game. So once you write down your fears and your worst case scenario, and you face them, you actually read them out, your brain will come up with ideas to create cash flow for you. Because we are in, like, our brain, our body is our DNA is wired to survive. And the way to do that is allow our brain to get out of this fear block. And the fear block is not facing what the worst case scenario is. So I hope this helps everybody. And if you have any questions, I'm going to stop the recording now. And